Soles is a New York City tech startup building the future of footwear. We have developed software that enables mass customization of orthotics and hopefully one day shoes using 3D printing. I started Soles a year and a half ago. I was running a 3D printing factory. I was obsessed with mass customization. I was looking for an answer to the question, what are we going to do with 3D printing and what is the application? Like, what is the holy grail application? What is going to take this from hobbyist technology to really mass consumer sector? And it was quite logical. Like, I started lining up a series of value propositions and thinking to myself, if I can find a market that enables all of these or that embodies all of these, then that's it, and that's the product. And one day my feet hurt, and I thought to myself, you know, it's silly. I run this 3D printing factory. I probably should have 3D printed some shoes. And then I thought, okay, wait, maybe that doesn't make sense, but what if we were to print the inside of shoes? That would make sense. Shapeways was amazing. I had really no work experience before joining. I had my own company before that I did for 4 years. I knew I wanted to work at a startup. Like, I wanted to understand what it meant to like really grow with the company and to do that from the inside. I got hired as their team lead of distribution, and I guess I was opportunistic in that I kept seeing problems and I kept solving problems, and that's actually what I tell people at Soles to do. Like, you see a problem, solve it, and like literally like the opportunities are there, but like you have to take them and you have to create them for yourself. So at Shapeways, yeah, I did that, and I ended up running. Well, actually, I ended up building the factory and ultimately running the factory, and it was just this crazy experience of learning how to manage people, working with technologies that I'd never worked with before, being on a management team, like understanding what a management team even was, you know, learning from my boss how to do, you know, financial reporting and budgeting. I mean, it was just like, it was such an onslaught of experiences, and in some ways it was, you know, incredibly stressful for that. But in other ways, I don't think that I could have started Soles without having that experience. We opened this showroom, I guess, maybe like a month ago now, and I've always said everybody, and then everybody always tries to pigeonhole me, and they're like, oh no, but is it like slightly older people with foot pain, or is it people that walk a lot? I'm like, no, really, it's everybody. Like, everybody has feet, everybody should wear soles. One day there's going to be a sole in every shoe, and I truly, like, I really believe that. And so seeing this and like seeing the people that are making appointments with us now, it actually is everybody. I mean, we've got older people and younger people and people with foot problems and people that are walking a lot and people that just like uncomfortable shoes and people that are running marathons and just people that want to go hiking or work in factories and like distribution warehouses and have to be on their feet all day. Our UPS guy like loves soles, and he brings all his friends who are all the other UPS guys, and we've got them all in soles too. And I think that's so cool that we have a product that really scales that globally and could potentially touch such a wide range of people. I see two directions that the company could go. You know, obviously one is the software. So the way that we're designing the software is so that it is scalable. We could go to braces or to casts or helmets or really anything that fits the human body. And I know people are excited about that, and I know people like that version of the future. And it's definitely in the back of my mind as something that we could do and we might one day do. I think what is more exciting to me now is looking at soles as really like the technology, like the inner core of our technology, and saying, okay, how do we expand that to footwear? How do we expand that beyond the insole to the whole shoe? How do we work with brands and offer, you know, mass custom footwear and do it with on-demand technology? That is really, really cool. And we just sort of like did our first concept piece there, which is like totally like 10 years in the future, you know, concept like robotic shoe for the NBA, but it was awesome. And I think that if we could like bring that down to reality and use where manufacturing is at today to make mass customization of footwear possible and take a product-centric approach instead of a marketing-centric approach, it would be something that could potentially, be amazing. Yeah, it's about offering the right solution to the person. And for some people, they have medical needs. I grew up wearing orthotics, so I was that, you know, 8-year-old kid that went to the doctor and got orthotics because I had flat feet and thought they were weird and felt guilty because my mom paid too much money for them and I didn't want to wear them because I was like not cool, and I was like even less cool. So for some people, it is about a medical need. For diabetics, for example, there's a there's a huge medical need there. But for some people, it's about comfort. For some people, it's about performance. For some people, it's about customization. It really, it depends what you need. And while our focus, I think, up until now has been medical, and yes, we're selling through this amazing network of doctors, we're working with them to make our technology better every day. And ultimately, we're taking that knowledge and enabling just everyday people to have access to, a comfort version of our product at a very affordable price point. I think both sides of that story are very cool and ultimately very important to who we want to be as a company. Yeah, it's definitely the place to start. I think, going back to why I started Souls, I was really looking for okay, what is the right market to start this company in, and what markets are going to adopt new technology first, and medical does that, right? Because it has the price point to support it. It's the first place where technology usually takes hold. It had the need for customization. You've got things that fit the body, they have to be customized. It had a price point that supported the product category ultimately. So I think that medical is really, really interesting, and I see amazing things going on from the bioprinting stuff, which just blows my mind, to the more prosthetic, categories, and looking at how can we help people and how can we drop the price of technology and enable access to affordable care. That's awesome. When I see people building $500 robotic prosthetics that are 17 years old, my mind is blown, and I wish that I was 17 years old again so I could do that. But I think ultimately we'll see a much larger. It will move beyond medical, and we'll also see it affect just people in general. And then one day it'll just be a manufacturing technology. It'll be I always say, we don't look at products in our lives and say, oh, that's injection molded, right? I don't do that. And one day it'll be like that for 3D printing. You don't look at it and think that's 3D printed. You just think, oh, that's a great product and it fits me and it's awesome, and this is how I've always known it to be. And then at that point it'll just be an enabler instead of the cool thing.